Our school blends modernist architecture and organic architecture. Now, modernism comes to us mainly as a sort of rigid structure, very 2 to 3 colorish, and the natural structure of a core is very conducive to that. In organic architecture, we mainly looked at Frank Lloyd Wright and his building Falling Water, which was epitomized creating harmony between structure and nature. And to do that within a quarry proved very difficult.
Quarries are areas in which natural resources such as rocks and minerals have been stripped from the earth, and we're trying to repurpose this land by creating classrooms and buildings in this abandoned land. This is very green and provides an eco-friendly image to our community because we are taking this barren land and repurposing it into making something more useful.
But we figured, along with our sustainable systems of the irrigation system and desalination plants, we could mingle nature and our buildings and intertwine them very fluidly and further promote sustainability and sort of restoring the natural process of a quarry. Instead of pure stone, restoring that sort of natural aspect to it.
One of our goals in designing this high school of the future is to create a learning environment that accommodates different learning styles. Examples of this could be auditory, kinesthetic, or visual learning styles. In order to do this, we need to think outside of the box of the traditional education system, where every student is put through the same system and expected to learn and perform to fit a certain standard. We need to look at our students as individuals whose brains function in different manners and develop an education system that allows the students to have more autonomy and choice in their classes. Our school works in a way that looks at the students holistically and considers their passions, interests, what challenges them, what they excel at, and how they prefer to learn. Instead of focusing on test scores and content memorization, our school helps the students develop necessary cognitive skills that they will need to prepare them for success in college and in life in general. At our school, we are aiming to encourage students to learn what they are most passionate about. As high schoolers, we get a first-hand experience on what it's like with the current education system. This experience allows us to compare the negatives and the positives about this current education system. We are able to see what works best for us as learners and what does not.
Now, what this came across to us as in terms of classroom design was an idea sort of spacious modernism, and that we have large buildings that were resemblant of modernist architecture, but in that building we designate, in that large area, that large space, we designate specific areas, but we don't necessarily section them off as you would see in a normal school, with crammed rooms, opaque walls, sort of those sorts of designs we tend to avoid, instead using glass, very commonly, using short walls, and using a very sort of open design.
I went to the first meeting and it seemed like a really cool idea and like a really cool experience, and I really wanted to do it.
I decided to join the High School of Future team because I wanted to work in a group and practice my collaboration skills. I joined the team because, especially since I was in the competition last year, I realized my new passion, I guess, for designing education and thinking about how we can improve our current system and what's good and what's bad, and how we can really strive to create a better education system for generations in the future.
One of the things that really inspired me to join the team was all the hard work and the ingenuity displayed by last year's team.